Dom here from Essential RC. Thanks for tuning in for another flight test. The next episode in the story of FPVing the XFly Su-27. So I've done a few videos on this so far. We're building up the complexity as we need to. So the first time I flew it converted with the DJI O3 system, just powered straight from the balance plug on the flight battery, and that was nice. It was a really good flight experience, but the problem with it is that the DJI O3 FPV system does not go to full power unless it sees an arming signal from a flight controller. Don't ask me why that should be. It's stupid. DJI are just closing down the ability to use it simply in RC cars and boats and other things where you don't want to use a flight controller. Don't know why they do that. So that necessitated me needing to put in a flight controller. So this is a small Maytag flight controller. Have put all the servos into that, routed the speed controllers into it as well, so it gets power in the other side, and connected the FPV system into it. The benefit is that I do get telemetry in the goggles by using a flight controller, which is nice. I can see what the voltage is of the flight battery. I can see where I am and where my vector is to get back to home. So it is good from that perspective. It adds weight though, but I'm using the lightest possible. So we did that video and actually did it together with Trevor with the same setup, and that was fun. The disadvantage we then found was that we couldn't fly for very long. With the 4S 2600 pack that we were using, LiPo, it got 3 minutes max. So it wasn't not enough time to have enough fun flying formation. So what could we do next? So a good friend of mine, Jake Bullitt, replied, and he said, why don't you try these new lithium-ion cells? So you can only get them individually. They're Molicel 4000 cells. Buy them individually, and the benefit of lithium-ion is you can take it, you charge it up to 4.2 volts, but you can take it down to 2.5 volts. And you can pull 45 amps maximum out of these packs. The thing is, you have to make up your own pack. So I did that thanks to my friends at Secure. Contacted them because they do some fantastic accessories like for soldering and so forth, things that you'll use back at home or even down at the field. But they had a spot welder, which is what you really need to use if you want to put a pack together with multiple cells. So very kind of them to send me that, and I will add on to the end of this video how the process you go through to use a spot welder like that from Secure, which is really good value to make up a pack like this. Takes a little bit of learning and a little bit of time, but if you get something like this that has more energy in it for the weight of the pack, I think it's well worth doing. We'll see in a minute how well this flies. So here we go. This is first flight with a Molicel 4S 4000 pack inside the FPV XFly Su-27. Okay. Bit harder, Chuck. All right. Right, now I've got the FPV goggles on, so .25 amps I'm pulling, so I'm well within the range, which is good. Where's it gone? Trimming out a little bit. Now we're much better on the roll. Trim we're at 13.9 volts, 3.5 volts per cell. So remember I said 2.5 is the lowest we can go. Turn this way, turning to the left. Pulling, we're nearly at full power, 36 amps. Feels like I've been flying longer already, Trev.
Yeah, it does actually. I know the camera's getting heavy, so it must be. Do you feel like Maverick?
Almost. It's still, you know, for a fixed camera position, it's quite good. I can see down just over the canopy, down the nose. How did that look?
That looked good.
So it's a crosswind today, isn't it?
Yeah.
I went up to about 40 amps, like 8 amps on that pass, so slightly over the spec. But I think Jason was telling me it's more about the temperature of the pack. And there is a little bit of cooling, so, but we're, you know, 2/3 power, 2/3 throttle. I'm running at about 30 amps. I'm still at 3.2 volts per cell. And I've definitely flown much longer than we did with the LiPo setup. Under full throttle, going down to 2.9 volts per cell. But I'm flying around and I'm not so worried about my flight time now. I'm 3.2 volts per cell. Wow, this is amazing. I'm seeing 7 minutes of recorded time. I've probably been flying for a good 4 minutes at least.
Definitely a game changer, isn't it?
It's amazing. Has still got some poke. I can hear it throttling up. Coming in for a low pass. Bit bumpy. Now down to 3.1 volts. Still well above, and I can still hear it throttling up from mid-throttle, so still doing well. Oh, this is mad.
Do you know the characteristics of the batteries? You know, like when the LiPos go, they go quite quick, don't they?
Yes, I think lithium-ion do, but I'm watching the voltage.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about the telemetry. So it is actually well worth putting a flight controller in, so you can monitor that and your signal strength, and and the geographical telemetry. So I've got the vector showing me distance back home. So should I get lost, then I can find my way home. How does that sound? It still sounds good, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
I've gone down to 2.9 volts. 2.7 volts under load. So okay, so I'm going to set up for a landing now, so I don't run out of juice. Turning for final. Now you see what I said, you'll see what I mean here, Trevor. I'm in line with the flight line there, and all I'm going to do is just bank away slightly. Let the nose drop. Wow.
It's in one piece.
And I'm at 3.1 volts per cell, so I still had juice in the battery. That is
that is a game changer.
That is a game changer. Because that was a nice flying time. That must have been 5 or 6 minutes. That felt like an eternity.
Yeah, that's
to me.
definitely twice the flying time at least, I reckon.
Wow.
So, yeah, well done, Don, for doing that.
I'm just slightly stunned how good that was. I mean, if you can draw, see, all I'd have to do if I wanted to draw more than 45 amps, say I wanted to draw 90 amps, then surely I could just make a pack that was, another 4, but in parallel. That would allow me to draw 90 amps, but it would be too heavy. The pack would be too heavy for this model. So that would be the way to go for something that is a larger model with retracts and flaps and all the bells and whistles. But it'd be well worth doing, because if you want to fly formation, you want to be able to just, you're going to take time finding one another and flying alongside one another. You want time to practice, don't you? So there you go. I'm happy after having tried several times. We've got a result. Thanks again to Secure for sending me their spot welder. The link for that is in the video description and the pinned comment if you want to make up your own packs. And the link for where I got the cells will be in the in there as well. But thanks again, as always, on the Essential RC. We like doing different stuff, pushing the boundaries. That's what it's all about for us. Trev, thanks on camera, mate.
That's all right. I got weak arms now. The battery flying time was so long.
What, sorry?
I've got weak arms because the flight time was so long.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
But it's all right because Ollie's here and he's got donuts.
Has he? Oh,
chuck us the donuts, Ollie.
Yeah.
Donuts! Oh. Yes! Top man. All right, we'll be back soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.